Today I am doing a challenge from my friend Liz Zorab. Make sure you check out her channel. Great little homestead over there across the pond. And it is the 5 homestead goals for 2018. I think this is a great topic and I'm excited to talk to you guys about some of our goals for our homestead. I know. Oh, he's a stinker. So, one of my first goals for 2018 would be in regards to our garden and what we produce. So what I'm looking at doing is creating a niche market. A market of items that are more on the rare side, stuff that not everybody's growing, kind of like the ginger and the asparagus. Things that are just not as common, but they're high value. So that way I can focus on a smaller space for a higher yield. I also want to focus on things that are shippable, like the ginger. Ginger was very easy to be shipped. Turmeric would fall into that. Garlic would be easy to ship. Horseradish would be easy to ship. Basically anything that I can think of. If you have any ideas, please leave them in the comments of things that are easy to grow that ship well. Because I think not having to worry about it getting crushed and not having to worry about the temperature is going to be the key to keeping it easy for me, so that we can have future sales available to you guys even, and other people online as well. I also want to expand perennial things, because I believe in one-time investments and having it pay off for many years to come, like the asparagus. One of those perennial type things that really comes to mind is fruit. A lot more fruit production. Fruit sells really easily here in Georgia. Not a lot of people grow fruit, and so it's always hot. When you put it out for sale, it gets snatched up very fast. It is not easy to ship though, unless it's like apples or pears that are hard. But it would be great for a market locally. So those are the main things that I am focusing on for the garden this year. And making sure that I keep it well mulched so that I don't have weed issues. That would be another huge goal. I think we'll be able to achieve that this year, hopefully. And if not, then it's always the next year. So the number 2 goal for the year would be what I would like to achieve with my goats. So goats, I would like to have better production does. Does that are producing a higher amount of milk, so that I'm able to do the raw milk pet sales and actually have enough milk to make a profit. My does right now, I haven't been pushing them to produce more, because I've just been doing it for family use, and it's been plenty for us. But I think that they have more potential than I've given them the opportunity to show. but I also feel as though some of them aren't necessarily high volume milkers, like Hearts, for instance. I mean, I know this was her first kidding and you can't really judge a lot on the first freshening, but she was so low that her baby got adopted by another doe. So yeah, that's a concern for me. It's hard because when you fall in love with a goat, you don't want to sell them out of the herd because they're not high enough production. But in the same breath, if you've got to be serious about making money for your family, you've got to find ways to do so. So I think that if I get a few more does that are high milkers, that are really high milkers, then I could have enough milk. The initial goal that I set for myself was to have 10 does in milk. I'm not going to be reaching that goal this year, unless a miracle happens, but we should have about 5 in milk this year. Now, I do have 3, 4, 5, I think, other doelings that will be bred next fall. So by 2019, I will definitely have 10. So whether or not I'm able to hit my 10 goal this year is questionable. So what would have to happen for that to be reached is we would have to come into some money and purchase a doe in milk or about to be in milk, one or the other. And I would only do that if it was a really high milk production doe. So I am going to try to improve what I have. Of course, I've been trying to improve through breeding to high-end bucks, and that's helping, but it's a very time-consuming thing. You gotta wait 2 years before you're gonna see the results of that breeding and know whether it ended up being good milk. So goating as a business is very different than as a hobby or a family, because there is a lot invested into it and you have to be really patient. I'm not very patient usually, but the good thing is that my goats are my pets, and they're, between the goats and the chicken sales, they're covering their food costs. So at least they're not becoming detrimental to our family, and we're getting all the milk and eggs we could possibly want. So that's good. It's good. It's working as it is, and it'll be just better as it gets better. So number 3 brings us to poultry. I would like to have hatching eggs available, specifically hatching eggs for the anaconda ducks. I want to get them separated and have anaconda duck eggs for hatching for sale, and to possibly hatch some out, hatch out chicks, sell the chicks. So those are some spring things that I can do. I'm also looking into getting some meat birds in the spring that we process for our own family use. So, you know, just like 10 or 12 meat birds, just to see if we can go through the process and cull them all and process them all and get them in the freezer and see how that works for our family. We don't have a plucker machine or anything like that, so that's really prevented me from culling and processing more of our chickens already. I mean, I've got roosters out there that I need to cull and I need to process, but it's going to be so much work without the proper equipment that, you know, until someone gives us a plucker, it's not going to happen, I don't think. Unless I can get a bunch of volunteers together. Anybody want to come cull some roosters with me? Something that we intended to add to our poultry production last year was quail. So I'd really like to hopefully get rid of these partridges by culling them, and getting some Cotronix quail for quail eggs that we can sell at the market and such. Number 4 for my goals for 2018 is to expand on my value-added products. Value-added products are products that are made from things that I'm already producing on the farm that can be sold at an even higher amount. So for instance, I can make goat milk soap. I can do tinctures and balms and medicinal herbs, medicinal teas, things of that nature with herbs and edible flowers, kind of as a top end on that. Things that I can dehydrate or tincture or make into an oil so that I can create a balm, a healing salve, what have you, because those are all things that I could be selling. I know how to do it. I do it for my family, and so if I just increase the amount of times I do it and offer more to my customers, I would really help out. Something I'm hoping to learn for 2018 so that I can sell is crochet. I want to learn how to crochet. I have always wanted to learn how to knit or crochet, always, since I was young, and I've just never done it. So I'm really, really, really hoping to learn how to crochet and have those small value-added items available. And that brings us to number 5. The reason why I'm wanting to have value-added is because I want to go to the market. I want to be set up at a farmer's market every week, whether it's just Wednesdays or Wednesdays and Saturdays or just Saturdays. I would prefer to start out probably with something easy, a smaller market. But my fear that has kept me from going to the farmer's market and putting my application in and bringing my stuff and setting up is that I'm afraid I won't have enough stuff to sell to keep people's interest or to cover the fees involved with going to the market. Because going to the market, you pay your market fee, you pay the gas to get there, you pay for all the stuff that you got to bring with you. You got tables and tents and things to decorate your table with, and you know, that all adds up, and it scares me that I would put all that effort into that and dragging the boys there and unloading and setting up. It's a lot of work. So I really want it to be profitable. So if I have more expanded merchandise that I have available to sell, then I think it's gonna make it more worthwhile. Kind of diversifying what I have. So if I have pet milk, I have eggs, I have plants maybe, you know, for starts, vegetable starts that I can sell. And then when the produce starts coming in, I'll have some produce. I will definitely have too much asparagus this spring. It won't be family amounts of asparagus coming out of this garden. It's going to be huge. So all of these things to help me just get over my fear. I'm afraid to go to market. I don't know why. No, I know that it's a risk. It's putting yourself out there. I mean, just a lot of things that kind of make me nervous about it. So I just need to do it. Just do it. Stop being afraid. Just do it. So I need to convince myself. So my thinking right now, at this very moment in time, is that come April, when we kid, when the chickens start laying, when the asparagus is running in, we're going to have so much abundance in April, and that is when the markets all start back up again here. So I think it's going to be a great opportunity for me to finally get off my butt and get to market. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, you hold me to it, you make sure. So that is everything I have on my list, my notes, my cheat sheet, and I am getting sneezed on in the face by Shady. Don't do that. Yuck. So thank you, Liz, for inviting me to participate with this collaboration. So I hope that others will also join along and accept this challenge and tell us what you're going to be doing. What are your goals for 2018? I definitely want to hear. I am going to tag Trisha at Willow Creek Homestead She needs to do this video. I think it would be fun. Alright, thank you guys for watching. You know the drill. We'll see you next time on Wholesome Roots.